Hello, this is Dr. Moore, and this video is an introduction to pollution. The term pollution refers to any undesirable change in the physical or chemical characteristics of the environment, including changes to the air quality, the water quality, or the soil quality. We tend to think of pollution as harmful chemicals in the environment, but this is not the only form that pollution can take. Plastic pollution is a form of pollution. Soil particles or sediments in the water can be a form of pollution, as can dust particles in the air. Bacteria can be considered a form of pollution, as can nutrients, which lead to eutrophication. And even intangible things like temperature, noise, and light can be considered forms of pollution. Pollution can be anthropogenic or human caused, or it can be natural. Volcanoes, forest fires, and dust storms are three examples of natural sources of pollution. Natural oil seeps contribute more oil to the ocean than do oil spills or the extraction of petroleum. And trees release volatile organic compounds, or VOCs, into the atmosphere. These VOCs are what accounts for the haze on the Blue Ridge Mountains and the Smoky Mountains. Sources of pollution can be described as point sources or non-point sources. A point source is a single substantial source of a pollutant. A smokestack of a coal-fired power plant or the waste discharge pipe of a chemical factory would be examples of a point source of pollution. Non-point sources are sources of pollution that are many in number and spread over a large area. Runoff from urban areas or agricultural areas deliver pollution from a large area of land. Pollution from vehicle exhaust is also considered a non-point source of pollution because each individual vehicle doesn't emit a problematic amount of any particular pollutant, but altogether, all of the vehicles in an area can considerably decrease air quality. Pollutants themselves can be described as primary pollutants or secondary pollutants. Primary pollutants are emitted directly, whereas secondary pollutants are formed by the interaction of pollutants and the environment. For example, sulfur dioxide and nitrogen oxides are primary pollutants that are emitted directly from the combustion of coal and oil. In the atmosphere, sulfur dioxide reacts with other compounds to form sulfuric acid, and nitrogen oxides interact with other compounds to form nitric acid. These two acids, sulfuric acid and nitric acid, are considered secondary pollutants because they formed in the environment. These are also the acids that contribute to acid deposition, either in the form of dry deposition or in the form of acid precipitation. And that concludes my introduction to pollution.